What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Y'all, it is cold out here. The high today was in like the mid 50s, which wasn't bad at all for today. Um, it's not too bad. It is cold, but I still had to drop the video for y'all. So I need y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all a question, and I need y'all to put it in the comments. Has times changed that bad? That's all I'm gonna say. I'm talking about like from the time. Now, if you're younger, you really can't relate to this because you know what I mean. Like you're still younger, but for the people that are a little bit older, I'm not talking about old age because we all still young. Um, forever young, I wanna be. Yeah. So, for the people that are, I would say like over, and I think I said this in my other video, like over 35. I'll say that, even 30, because y'all been around for a while. Y'all not old, because none of us is old, but have times changed that drastically? Like if y'all could literally, in your mind, close your eyes, in your mind, go back and think to when you were younger. And then kind of fast forward to now. Have times changed that drastically from back then to now? Drop it in the comments. Hold on, y'all. No, I still have this cough, man. It's like they said it's something with my sinuses dripping that go down into like the back of my throat or whatever that causes me to cough. So I am starting to take sinus medication. All crazy. So summer, that's my neighbors. But here's my answer. My answer is definitely. Hell yes. Times have changed drastically and not for the good. Some of y'all might say, well, this is the change that we needed. I mean, I get it in a sense, but like it's affecting a lot of people. Millions of people it's affecting. Like I'm not talking about like this big snap thing and all that. I'm talking about like the way of life. So think about it. I'll give you an example and I'll give you the new example. So back then, a group of us, just a group of 5, not 3 dead, 1 in jail. I'm the only one alive. Y'all don't know about that, but it was a group of us. We would go to like Pizza Hut, even during the day or at night, like whatever. But we would go to Pizza Hut. You would have to stand there, wait for the host to seat you guys. Then your server will come to your table, get you your drinks, take your order, bring you your food. You would tip them, you would leave. And y'all, I don't know if anybody else is the way that I am, but when I leave a restaurant, I clean my table. Not like wiping it and anything. Like I do like a quick thing, like which I know they do it anyway, but I make sure like the plates are stacked up, like the cups are all like right by the edge of the table, so that way when the servers come by, or the bussers, whatever they are, because some restaurant servers also bus, but they do have bussers at some places. Back then they did actually have bussers there, so like we would have it right at the end of the table. We would have everything nice and clean and everything like that, so like the server didn't have to do like this extra work. Plus, we would leave a really good tip because this specific lady, her name was Linda, this specific lady was so nice to us. She made sure that we had our drinks refilled. She continuously came by and asked if we needed anything. She was just like really, and I know servers do that to get the tips, but she literally was a very genuine, nice person. So we would always tip her. Like if we spent like $40, $50, we would give her like $10, $15 or whatever. But like now, and this is the funny thing, and this is a real story. So you figure that was back then. This was like late 90s maybe. So you figure from the late 1990s, I would say like 97, 98, maybe 99. Fast forward all the way to 2000, when did we go? 2023, I think. 2023, I think we went. Oh, let me back it up real quick. Pizza Hut also had a buffet that you could have salad, there was pizza there, and it was all you could eat for like a certain price. Okay, now fast forward again. Well, I'll go this way. Fast forward again. 2023, me, my brother, and my sister went. And we walked in, and the lady at the register was like, go ahead, you go sit wherever you want. And we're like, oh, okay. Like, it's just kind of slow. There was like literally probably like one person in there besides us. So the guy came over and he was like, what would y'all like to drink? So we're like, if you want, just bring like a pitcher, because that's what they used to do back then. They would bring like a pitcher or like Pepsi or whatever, and then everybody would have their drink at the table. And he said, oh, just to let you guys know, our ice machine don't work. There was mold in the ice machine. We just like looked at each other. We're like, huh? So how are we getting a drink? And he was like, I said, okay. I said, well, I want a Pepsi. And then my brother and sister told what they wanted. And then he came back and he was like, oh, he was like, never mind. He's like, it's working now, and had ice in our cups with the Pepsi. I looked at my sister. I was like, like, you told me 10 seconds ago your ice machine wasn't working. There was mold in it. Ice doesn't appear in 10 seconds. I know that from working at a restaurant. Ice does not appear in 10 seconds. And we had like the big commercial ones where I worked at. My very first job was Wendy's, and even our ice machines there took a little bit of time. Like when I worked there, they had breakfast, so I had to be there at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and I worked till like 1 o'clock, maybe 2 sometimes. But anyway, so he went, he got our drinks, and we were like, okay, like this is weird. Like I don't know if I want ice in my cup now because. And I told him, I was like, we were like, can you just get us like a fresh cup with no ice? Like, I don't care if it's hot or not. Like, we're not taking it. So he was like, the ice machine, yeah, it does work. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. Give me a fresh cup, not the same cup. Give me a fresh cup with pop in it without no ice in it. Or give me a bottle and charge me the same price. Give me a 20-ounce bottle I'll take from in your cooler. So he ended up doing it because we were like, if not, we're leaving. Like, no. So he gave us a 20-ounce bottle, and he was like, okay. He said, what would y'all like? So we told him what we wanted, and he was like, okay. He said, well, I'll call you to come up and get it when it's ready. Again, we were like, huh? He was like, I said, what do you mean? I said, don't you bring it to our table? He was like, no, we don't have servers. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, we don't have servers anymore. He said, it's all, you gotta come up and get it yourself. I was like, so you get our drinks, but you can't bring our food. And I said to him, I said, well, that doesn't make sense. And I said to him, I said, you just brought our drinks to us. Do you not bring our food? And he was like, no. He was like, it's self-serve. I was like, I just went like this. I just said, oh my God. I was like, okay. So after he walked away, my sister and him was like, well, no tip for you. Like, one, all you did was bring a drink. We gotta walk up, get our own food, which, okay, was whatever, it's fine, but like, we gotta walk up and get our own food. So he was like, okay, your food is ready, come up and get it. So we're like, okay, so we ate the food, finished it and everything like that, and we went up to go pay, and we left, and my sister was like, this is ridiculous. She was like, when did Pizza Hut ever get like this? So, another thing is McDonald's. Now, McDonald's used to have, you walk up, place your order, you wait for it, maybe like 2 minutes, if that, you get your order. I went in there with a couple people to place an order. Each of us got this $5 McDouble meal, which Wendy's always had it. It was a sandwich, nuggets, fries, and a drink for $5. So we each got one, which was a pretty big order. Like, I had like 4 people with me. Well, 3 people. So there was 4 meals that we had to get. Y'all, we waited 45 minutes. I literally had to call the manager over and say, hey, could you, and I wasn't rude or anything like that, because I get it, McDonald's gets busy, I get that, but me working at a restaurant, like, in the past, it's that's why it's called fast food. It's not rocket science. So she was like, when I walked, I said, hey, I said, can you please let me know what's going on with this order? I said, I was waiting. I said, you told us to pull around to the front where like the drive-through pickup is. I said, you told us to pull around the front. I said, it's been like 40 minutes. I said, can you please tell me what's going on with the order? So she went in the back and she was furious. She was like, let's go, you guys. Well, I have this lady out here. She's been waiting 40 minutes and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, now I don't really want the food, because who knows what they're doing to the food now, because they're pissed off. And like, I explained to the other guy that was standing there waiting. He's like, yeah, I've been waiting like 30 minutes. And I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, fast food is not fast food anymore. He's like, I know, right? He said they should just call it slow food. I said, I know. I said, I get it. You guys get busy. I get it. You guys get backed up. I said, but don't have 2 drive-thrus open and have the dining room open if you can't handle it. Like, they have a drive-through side that those people make the food for the drive-through. And then they have people on the other side that make it for the front room. And I was just like, oh my God, like, what is going on? So finally, she gave us the order and she was like, I put in 2 apple pies. She said, for your wait, I'm so sorry. I'm like, what am I going to do with 2 apple pies? One, I don't even eat apple pies. You should have said, is there something else that I could throw in for you or take something off for you for your inconvenience? But I was just like, that was so wrong. Like, and the food wasn't even hot. Like, if you're backed up on an order and you know that you're making sandwiches, don't make the fries and have it just sit there. Like, give them fresh fries and fresh nuggets after you make the sandwich, if you know that you're going to be backed up. So the fries ended up being warm. The nuggets were cold. The sandwich was nasty. There was mayonnaise on top of the bun, because it was mine. I had like mayonnaise, onion, pickles, tomato, lettuce, ketchup, like everything. And like, there was mayonnaise on top of the bun. I was just like, I'm done. I'm not eating this shit anymore. Like, I'm completely done. So here's another story. my aunt and I, which you guys have seen in previous videos that I've done. Unfortunately, she's no longer here. I love you, Auntie. But I used to take her shopping, and we would always stop for lunch and stuff like that. So we went down to Eaton Park. It's in the waterfront in Homestead. We walked in, and the host that's supposed to seat you was a younger girl, and she was standing behind the host like little thing, and she was just like this. And we walked up, and we're standing there and she's like, I said, excuse me. She looked up, she was like, how many? I was like, I said, Diaz Wusa. I said, 2. She was like, follow me. Was like, not today, please, not today. And my aunt looked at me, she was like, can you believe that? And my aunt, like, she's German, so she has no filter. And she was like, can you believe her attitude? Like, out loud, I was like, and at this point, I was just like, okay, like, whatever. Because, like, you are treating us like this, like, you're on your phone. Back then, whenever we worked, we were not allowed, like, which back then we didn't have phones, but we were not allowed to have anything on us. No, like, types of anything, like, no pagers, like, no nothing. And y'all, that doesn't tell you how old I am, but, like, we had to focus on the customers, and the customers only, okay? And we were boom, 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 boom. We were kicking them in, kicking them out, like, it was like 10, 15 seconds, we were in and out, like, with their food. Even when we got busy. And back then, we didn't have, like, 2 drive-thrus. We only had 1. But still, we had the front room open. And, like, when people called off, like, I was doing the window. I was doing the dining room. I was doing fries. Like, I was jumping around because, you know, that's what we do. Like, we cover for each other. So, anyway, back to the Eaton Park one. So our server came, we got our food, everything else was perfect. It was just that girl. And I mentioned to the manager, I said, hey, I said, I don't like to get people in trouble, but I just want to put it out there. I said, your host that's in the front, I said, was on her phone when we walked in and, like, didn't even acknowledge us. I said, if it wasn't for me saying, excuse me, I said, she would have still been texting on her phone. He was like, oh, yeah, thank you for telling me. I'm like, okay. Like, this is what we're doing right now? So we ended up leaving. I was just like, and then I go into McDonald's. This was like 2022. And I know I'm bouncing around a lot, but 2022 and 2023 and 2024. If y'all remember working fast food or even seeing the workers in the fast food restaurants, we had uniforms. Okay, it wasn't nothing flashy or nothing like that. It was a shirt. You had to have either like khakis or like black pants or whatever, and then your black shoes. And now, I walked into McDonald's one day. This girl had a puffer coat on. Her hair was all the way down her back, and she's sitting there going like this, and she's going, and then she's packaging. I'm like, and I'm sitting there and I'm just watching. I'm like, she better not be touching my food. Like, she better not be touching my food. So she brought the bag up to me, and I was just like, can I speak to a manager, please? And she was like, yeah, sure. And the manager came up, and she was like, how can I help you? And I said, I'm not perfect. I said, but I said, I worked restaurant. And this is where, like, my aunt side of me came out. I said, I worked restaurant. I worked at Wendy's for like 2-3 years. I said, this is very unsanitary. I said, how y'all have y'all employees. I said, she should not have a puffer coat on. even though it was cold outside, but it's hot as hell in the back room, like especially around all the food and everything like that. I said she shouldn't have a puffer coat on. I said she has regular jeans on. She was playing on her phone. Every time her phone went off, she was picking up her phone. I said, and her hair was all the way down her back. And I said she kept scratching her forehead. I said she was playing with her hair, and on top of that, she was playing with food. What am I missing? And she was like, oh, okay, well, we'll talk to her. And I'm like, I just looked at her. I said, no, you won't. I said, but have a good day. So I walked out. So another day, I don't even remember when this was. This was a while ago, but it was late night, and we were driving through one of the McDonald's out in like the West Mifflin area where we live at, and a friend of mine was like, "Oh, Dad, like I'm hungry. Like let's go get some food." I'm like, "It's like 12 o'clock at night." They was like, "I don't care. I'm hungry." I was like, "All right." So we went through to go to the drive-through, and y'all listen. These employees were running around the parking lot, goofing off. I was like, what are they doing? Like, I understand, like, you don't have that many people that come through at 12 o'clock at night, but y'all should not even be outside of the restaurant running around the parking lot when you're handling people's food. Like, that's just really disgusting. Like I said, I'm not perfect, but if I'm messing with somebody's food, I wash my hands, I have gloves on, I make sure that like my hair is put back to where it's not in the food. And like I understand in the air and stuff like that, like you can't stop every single thing, but y'all listen, times have changed. Another thing is back then, and this is in response to another YouTuber's video, about AI. No, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it in another video. I'm gonna do it in another video. Yeah. But anyway, y'all, listen. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys want to, put it in the comments. Share y'all experiences. If you want to, make a video. Just tag me in it. But I need y'all to do a response. If you don't want to do a response, just put it in the comments. But I need y'all to do a response video on times have changed drastically. Things are not the way that they used to be. And it's not in a good way. It's in a bad way. Like, it's getting worse. Alright, y'all. Give this video a big thumbs up. Like I said, comment below if you guys don't want to do a response video. But put it in the comments below and share your experience. And also make sure you guys should subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell for notifications. My Cash App will be in the description below if you guys would not mind donating to the channel. And I'm trying to talk faster than what I could think. But cheers, y'all. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I was actually invited to Kennywood tomorrow. Next weekend is their last weekend for Fall Fest, so I was invited to go tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned because I'm gonna try to get some vlogs in. The only bad thing is like they play music out there, so it's kind of hard for me to vlog all the time. So I'm gonna try to get as much of the vlog in as I can. Heading onto the steel curtain again. I'm so happy because y'all listen, that ride is the best. Listen, the best ride in Kennywood. If you guys are in the area of West Mifflin, Pennsylvania, definitely go check out Kennywood. Hit your girl up. I will go with y'all. But yeah, definitely hit up Kennywood. The Phantom, the Skyrocket, the Steel Curtain, the Spinvasion, the Cosmic Chaos, the Kangaroo, the Thunderbolt, the Jackrabbit, the Racer. Like, that's just to name some of the rides that are there, and they are awesome. If you guys can hit up next year at the Fall Fest, which is going on right now, it's for Halloween. You can get tickets. I think they're like $40, but you can get tickets to go into the park. You can ride all the rides, plus you get access to the haunts. There's 6 haunts total. I'm only missing 2, y'all. So I'm gonna try to get to them tomorrow because I haven't hit them up yet. But my favorite is Dark Shadows and the Kennyville Cemetery and Detached. Those 3. Shady Grove Hospital, I didn't really care for. It wasn't like, but it wasn't something that I really was like scared of. But you definitely have to hit them all and get your opinion on them. So if you guys are in the area, if you guys can get there this weekend or next weekend, y'all, listen, you guys will not be disappointed. And no, Kennywood is not my sponsor, but I just love Kennywood, and that's why I'm going tomorrow. I was offered a free ticket, and the ticket that I have also includes a meal that I can have tomorrow. So I'm going to eat before I leave because I'm going to enjoy the rides during the day, and then probably like around 6 o'clock, I'll probably have something to eat. So I want to go maybe like between 1 and 2. So like 6, 7 o'clock, I'll have something to eat because they're open till 10 tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that vlog. I'll try, like I said, I'll try to get in as much as I can. I have a friend with me coming. She's more like family, but I have a friend with me coming. So make sure you guys stay tuned. And I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys stay blessed. And y'all, we are going to get through this together, okay? We'll get through this together. I promise y'all. Don't give up. You guys are a lot stronger than what y'all think. So just keep it. Just keep it. Keep praying, y'all, that we get through this. Hopefully the government can come up to some kind of conclusion that will be okay. All right, y'all. Shout out to all of my YouTubers. I love you guys. My A1s, my day ones, my old ones, my new ones. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay happy and stay blessed. And in the words of the infamous Big Game James TV, stay dangerous. And I will see you guys in the next video.